the internet. Go ahead, go on there. Here's your Mac. Here's your Apple. Here's your Dell. Go on the internet and have fun. And I'm going to go do my thing.
And you know, you asked me earlier a couple of serious points I would want to get out, and I didn't think of it till you just said that now.
Well, good.
The cell phone. Parents use cell phones to babysit their kids, and it's a false sense of security. The top 3 reasons, I'll give you the top 1. The top reason that parents give their kids cell phone is so they know where they are.
Exactly.
Right.
However,
False sense of security, isn't it?
well, because when you call your child or they call you, what's the first thing out of your mouth?
Where are you?
There you go.
And what are you doing?
Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? So you really don't know. It is a false
That's
sense of
true,
security.
that's true.
So wait a minute, you told me you got them the phone so you know where they are.
Yeah.
But in essence, it's the opposite, because they could be anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Because it's not a landline. They could be anywhere.
That's
so it
true.
is a false sense of security, it really is.
You know
Doesn't make them safer.
One other point that I wanted to get out, which was your 2 rules that you
That I talk to
tell
kids about. Yeah.
tell kids
Yeah.
about, which I think is a really important thing to say and hear.
It's about differences, and basically it's this. You can be who you are. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you want to wear a dress and you're a boy. Doesn't matter if you want to wear hiking boots and a short haircut and whatever.
Whatever.
If you're a
AC/DC
girl.
sweatshirt
Right.
doesn't be a
2 rules. If you're not hurting anyone else and you're not hurting yourself, have a party.
Right.
Have a ball.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Because I love that. Those 2 rules. If you're not hurting anybody else and you're not hurting yourself, that's a good starting point for socialization rules for
Absolutely.
kids.
Absolutely.
You know, if they can't figure out whether this is going to hurt that other person or not,
And-
you know, how would they like it done to themselves?
Right.
Right.
And I think we can all agree here, no matter what happens from this show, that parents in general want the best for their children.
Absolutely.
They don't want their children to be hurt or
No.
harm anyone else.
No.
No.
Not truly. So I have to say this to anybody who's watching and listening: be a parent.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop
Be
expecting.
a parent, not a pal. That's one of my.
Oh, really?
Exactly, and
One of my
stop
sayings.
expecting electronic equipment like TVs and
Right.
and telephones and internet to take care of your children and impose things on them that they need to know. They're getting a lot of information they don't need to know.
Right.
They need to know that you love them, that you care enough to put restrictions on them, and to know where they are and who
Kids
they're with
want
and what they're
boundaries,
doing.
and you,
Yeah.
mentioned no
Absolutely.
boundaries.
Right.
And they don't have them, and you need to set them. As painful as you might believe it is,
Right.
you need to set those
You know-
boundaries.
you know-
And kids want them.
You know, John, you don't know, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. This, our show here, Reach Out, is produced by the AIDEFoundation. The AIDEFoundation produces quite a few other shows, and we have some in the works as well. One of the shows just won some awards, one called Cool Schools.
I heard.
And
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a show that teaches children, and children come here out to the set, and they create their own TV show. They direct, they write, they produce.
That's
And
great.
not only is it great, but it shows what kids are able to do and willing to do if we give them the opportunity to do it, and not just sit playing games all day or interacting on an internet in an unhealthy manner. They don't really want to do that. They get caught up in it
Yeah.
because they're young and
And
impressionable.
one of my great philosophies, I commanded the Youth Service Bureau before I retired, and working with kids on a regular basis, I truly believe that most young people don't realize the bullying, don't realize when they're bullying, and most of them don't realize the severity of it.
Yeah.
And when
because
you
if
make them
it's-
aware, it's a different thing.
Because if you're just playing on the internet, I mean, obviously, you get on Facebook and you're going back and forth and sending pictures back and forth. And now it would be fun. Oh, I was in this play. Look at this photo. But if you're sending pictures of a manner that is embarrassing to
Right.
your fellow students, then you're basically saying that's bullying, right? Because
There was a city up north, and then I won't mention the city, because I'm not sure. Was it Smithfield or North Smithfield?
Okay.
I'm not sure which one it was, so I'll mention
no school,
both.
Foster Gloucester.
But high school, no school force, right. And this was all over the news, but there was a young lady who was born with not a developmental, but a physical disability. She was a freshman, and she had half of her right foot missing.
Oh.
Well, there was another young lady that thought that was hilarious, and she
Oh.
put up a fake Facebook page.
Fake Facebook page.
Bald half a foot, and put up the girl's name and profile. And then another student put up a picture of a bloody severed foot.
Ugh.
And 12 other students went up and checked off that they liked it, they made comments, and you know, that's the scope
So
of
that's
the things
gang
that can
bullying.
happen.
Now you're
Right,
ganging up
right,
on somebody.
Right. You got more than one bully.
And
but-
of course, that girl's not going to want to go back to that school.
No, I
But there
don't think
has
she
to
did.
be a psychological prime motivator in that scenario you just discussed. There has to be a reason why I'll take it I as a young person, as an 11 to 15-year-old, 18-year-old person, would find humor and entertainment in someone else's malady and someone else's misfortune.
Well-
I truly can't relate to it, and I don't understand.
Well-
Yeah, there are some cases I don't understand. That's one of them.
I have a problem because I can relate to it because I'm a comedian. And so there's a line and there's boundaries in comedy that I have to adhere to too, because I could take that and run with
Good-
it.
that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And so comedy is one thing, but bullying is another. And that's why sometimes I think I am a bully, because it's like, I'm a comedian, but I don't hurt people with my comedy. I try not to hurt people with my comedy. There are so many comedians that do. You look
Right.
at the roasts on TV.
Right.
Oh, it's
Excuse
all
me.
it is
Excuse me,
slamming
but
people.
I've been to
and
every one of
hurting
your
people.
shows that I could go to.
Yeah.
And you are not a malicious, vicious
Thank you,
person.
thank you. I
That is
try not to be.
That is
There
not
are
who
some,
you
yeah.
are.
But you're right. Comedy almost can cross that line,
Right.
and so people
Oh yeah,
need
I mean
to-
the opportunity is there, but is the desire there? See, you don't have that desire. That's not you. Intrinsically, that's
Not
not
to hurt
you.
people,
to
no.
hurt people.
But to make
however,
jokes,
however,
yes.
I've got to
And
say,
there's-
you brought up a roast. Now, if you have seen the roast, the Flavor Flav,
Oh, yeah.
it was pathetically horrible and it was hilarious at the same
exactly.
time. Oh, it was hilarious.
It's disgusting, and then sometimes.
But why was it hilarious? Because he's an adult. He is open and receptive to this. He's
True.
on the show.
There
He's
you go.
facing
He's-
it.
There
he
you go.
said
He
that
knows
he wants
who's
it.
saying
he
it.
said he'd bring
and
it.
it's all in fun, no matter how vindictive or horrible. It's
Right,
only
it's
shock.
supposed to
See,
be
it's
in
what I
fun.
love. Shock
Right.
humor. I love shock
Okay,
humor.
okay.
That's my shtick. That's
One
what I
of
really
the
like.
things that we often tell young people regarding bullying, as far as how to respond,
Yeah.
a lot of parents say, just ignore it. Teachers say, just ignore it
Okay.
at times. Now, ignoring it can be effective, or maybe it won't be effective. But the point is, it's not our decision to have the kids ignore it. It's up to them. And the determining factor in whether or not they ignore it is if they feel comfortable ignoring it. Like you just said about Flavor Flav.
Okay.
He was comfortable with what was being said
Right.
or done to him, that's fine.
Right.
If you're comfortable, if somebody calls you hey, look at you, and that rolls off you and it really truly doesn't bother you and you
Yeah.
want to walk away,
Yeah, yeah.
that's fine. But if it bothers you, you have the right to respond to that.
And
in
tell-
an assertive way, not an aggressive way.
Right, and also- and I-
request that not be done, and
Right.
say, hey, look, that's insulting
Right.
to me. I don't appreciate you saying that.
Right. And you have a website that kids can actually go to if this is happening to them.
And report it.
And report it, and then you are kind of like the bullying police. And you know, when you first came on, I thought, oh, it was going to be all about gay bullying, but it's not. That's only half of it.
No,
half
it's
it,
differences. That's what
right.
it is.
It's
And
not.
and
It's not just being gay. It's just being different. So
And correct me if I'm wrong, John, that website is www.p.a.v.e.org.
Correct.
p.a.v.e.com.
It is a nonprofit, as the AIDEFoundation is, as we are. So that's one of those things.
Yep. And you can go up and report bullying, and you can report it anonymously if you wish.
and I'm
That's
pretty
great.
sure if you go to www.AIDEfoundation.org, you'll be able to get a link and
Oh,
link
good.
up and get and link to John.
Got to be terrific.
And then John, you would actually take on these cases by cases and actually go to the school where it's happening, right?
Yep.
And one other thing I'd like
So
to point out,
great.
and I
So
want to say,
kids have
one
a
thing I
way.
want to say, because we're getting ready to wrap up here, I
Okay.
want to say this. Mr. Reese here,
Time flies. I
know.
Lieutenant John Reese retired from the Providence Police Department. This bright, articulate, caring gentleman was a police
Wow.
officer for how long?
20 years. 18.
Woohoo!
18
Exactly.
years.
Thank you.
Those of you who think, young people, who think you'd like to be in law enforcement, aspire to be like this gentleman, a caring, decent human being. Policemen are not what you see on TV. They're out there to serve and protect.
yeah.
So I want you to remember that. And please remember, thanks for being on the show,
Thank you
John.
very much for
Thank
having
you
me.
pleasure.
so
Thank you
much.
I hope we can. I hope if we ask you, you'll come back again.
I'd love to come back.
There's a
We
lot
got so
more.
much more to
there's a
talk
lot
about.
more
I
to
know
talk
it.
Welcome back to Reach Out. As you all know by now, I'm Ron Paolino. I'm here with my co-host,
Joan Rivers. Can we talk?
Poppy Champlin here, of course. Poppy, I got to tell you, I think that was an excellent
Wasn't
segment.
that great?
We had, as you know, Lieutenant John Reese retired from the Providence Police
He
Department.
was so nice.
Very nice,
Oh, I
very
loved
very
him.
informative. Very important topic in my mind because
Yeah.
anything to do with our children and our youth, it's what
Well.
the AIDEFoundation is about.
Yeah.
Greatly things to do with children.
Helping
and,
people, trying to figure out why your kid is being a bully. I mean,
or being bullied,
Or being
being
bullied, or-
subjected to so many different things on the internet.
So
We're going to
much
have
stuff.
John back, and we're going to have him back. I'm going to surprise you, but please watch for the show. We'll probably tape it sometime in January. It'll
Yeah.
probably be on this February, and John will be coming back with somebody that will talk
Yeah,
to us.
don't give it away.
I'm not going to give it away, but just let me set it up by saying he's going to be showing us what bullying is all about, what the things that can happen and come from
yeah.
bullying.
I mean,
But
it's
I'm not-
serious. It can be very serious.
it certainly
Very
can be. I
serious.
mean, when you take children that are either committing suicide or killing someone else,
Yeah, I mean,
or
come
maiming
on.
someone else,
Because
or
kids aren't developed enough to take it.
They
I
just
mean,
aren't.
that's why I'm glad we brought up
give
the
it-
comedy thing, because maybe kids think that it's being funny, but it's not funny to the person that it's being happening to, because they're not old enough to know that it's funny. You know, they're not old enough to say, "Oh, it's a joke. I get it." You know what I mean?
yeah, really. But you know, Reach Out is about the positive aspects too. I think we can always agree on that.
Yeah.
And if we can have a positive influence on these folks, and how I would know that is by having them. Again, we're going to plead to you, please. Let us know that you're watching. Reach us at www.aidefoundation.org.
That's right.
And let us know that you're watching, and let us know how you feel about this cyberbullying thing. I really would love to hear from you about this. It's very important to me. I'd like to know if it's important to you too.
You know what I'm kind of not happy to know about, but that the bullying is going on not just with gay people, because that's all I keep hearing about is bullying in the gay
Yeah, yeah,
community.
exactly.
But it's not just in the gay community. It is in the heterosexual community and the black community and the every community.
Am I correct? It seems like when I hear about bullying in the gay community, it seems to be heterosexuals bullying gays more
Right.
than gays bullying each other.
Right.
And it's that kind of prejudice, that kind of petty prejudice that really is at the basis
Right.
of this kind of thing. And it just doesn't make.
I don't know if you heard the Hillary Clinton speech today too.
No, I didn't.
Oh God, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but she put this speech out to the United Nations, I think, and it was so powerful, and it was so, it doesn't matter if you're gay. I mean, gay is just part of life now.
Exactly.
And so,
exactly.
You can't.
And I personally, speaking for someone who doesn't really know firsthand, but it seems not to be a choice. You're born gay. It's not something that you pick or
Right,
choose.
right.
I think I always use the analogy. You see a heroin addict. Do you feel bad? I can tell you that no children aspire when they're 5 and 6 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a heroin
Oh,
addict.
no.
And I don't think anybody says when I grow up I'm going to be gay.
No,
I
you
think
don't.
I think you just are. And I think we need to accept ourselves and each other for our differences, because that's what makes us great. That's what makes
Yeah,
us beautiful.
yeah.
That's what makes us important.
Exactly. And,
So
to pick on people because they have a deformed foot or a deformed, arm or something like that, ridiculous, because that kid is going to have greater powers in another area of life.
exactly.
So, yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, Poppy, I think it was a great segment.
Great
We're going to have
segment.
the retired Lieutenant John back with us. And so anyway, like I said to you earlier, please let us know you're watching. Let us know you care. Until next time, this is Ron Paolino with Poppy Champlin reaching
Same.
out to you.
Reaching out to you.
Yep,
so
that's what
that
we're doing.
You can reach back.
Come on, reach back to us. Let us know you're there. God bless till next time.
All right. Bye.